New Year's resolutions are a way for us to reach our true potential and fix the messes that we made in the previous year. But it's not just for humans. Our canine friends can use the new year to get better as well. And here to tell us how to help our dogs be their very best in 2017 is Mark Chambord from Canine Corral. Welcome.
Welcome, thank you.
And we have Pasquale. We're celebrating some of the dogs over at Canine Corral. This is Pasquale.
This is Pasquale. He's about 13 years old, and actually he's one of my New Year's resolutions for him is a bucket list.
Oh.
And one of the things, you know, getting to that age, I want him to do some things that, and maybe just do a couple things that you would want your dog to do.
Sure.
Well, before we get into the resolutions, let's party first. I understand there's a New Year's Eve party.
Yeah.
Dogs, don't rush me here. I want to party.
They're celebrating.
We were
They're
doing a photo
celebrating.
shoot for the New Year's, and this
oh
is
my
Sawyer. Sawyer's one of our dogs at daycare in the Canine Corral.
Sorry, you're hitting the bottle there.
Yeah, and that's Mega. Mega's very proud. He looks very proud. They're
What a
all
nice
ready to
sit.
party.
He
it
seems
looks
like the designated driver.
Definitely. Now, this was this was after hours. I don't know what happened, but they say, you know, what are they doing when the lights are out? So they had a little party, and here it kind of must be about 3 a.m. They're winding it down a little bit. And here coming up, that's Tuck. Now Tuck, that's the next morning. So I come in and there's Tuck all chilled out and relaxed. And we had to continue the photo shoot, you know, so he's kind of just waking up. And then there's Honey. She's like, I think she's got a little bit of the day after going on. But these are all dogs that go to the Canine Corral.
And you know what? We understand that because here's our guide dog puppy, Wrigley, and I think he has a little post-Christmas hangover going on today. He's been very mellow today.
All those things happening over the holidays just exhaust them.
Exactly. Wears out the dogs, but we can get them ready for a new year.
Yes.
So tell us about Pasquale and what he hopes for.
Well, since he's 13, you know, he's getting up there in years. He could live to be 20, I don't know. But my bucket list for him was to give him endless treats. I laid him out these wonderful treats, and he had a couple minutes just to eat all the treats he wanted to eat. Wow. Something I would like to do myself. But I did, he finally filled up, and I did finally.
And is that okay if we do that for the dogs?
It's okay as long as you don't let them over the stuff themselves.
That was smart. You gave them a time limit.
Definitely.
So all the amount.
Right here, I've got him going to Thunder on the Bay. He can't hear real well right now, so I think it'll be okay for him to go there because it's so loud there. So there he is all ready to go in January. All right. So, you know, we did a survey. It was a Facebook survey, and we were kind of wondering, you know, with your pet, what kind of New Year's resolution would you have for your pet? And on the survey, I don't know, what would you guys do, those of you who have pets? What would be something you'd want to do with your pet?
I have 2 dogs. Usually, it would be like clean up their diet. They're a little overweight. But for my dogs, it would just be attitude. We need to fix the attitude.
The attitude, maybe the training part of it.
Attitude problem. That might be my fault, but they have an attitude
And
problem.
attention, too, I think. You know, because we have a puppy in the house, I know my golden doodle would like some attention.
Well, our Facebook survey, I did the top 5, and one of them, the 5th one was grooming, brushing. You know, you brush your dog daily. It's not only giving you time with the dog, but it's also going to shed less. Brushing is always
That's a bonus.
good. 4, more quality time. Not just walking with the dog, but actually, you know, giving it some belly rubs, spending some extra time with the dog. You
more
know,
time?
better diet habits. Just like with ourselves, sometimes we don't feed our dogs what they should eat, and they tend to get a little on the chubby side. And you were talking obedience. Check that attitude. Maybe have a better quality time with them. And the number 1 was to exercise with the dog more, and I think that's with people too. Exercise is very important. And when you think about it, you know, what are you feeding your dogs, and what are you doing as far as looking at the labels on
well, you mentioned those better diet tips, so tell us
Well,
about
I'll tell
them.
you what people don't think about is we always think about how much fat is in the food. And if we do read the label, they have the fat, they have, what you do is you want to figure out what the carbs are too, because carbs are going to also add to the weight if your dog is not active. So they normally don't list the carbs on the food packages. So what you do is you take the percentage of protein, you add that to the percentage of fat,
Okay.
You add that to the fiber amount, and moisture sometimes is on, usually it's about 10%. Add all those up and subtract by 100, and you will get the percentage of carbs that's in your dog food.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a lot of work.
I always felt like
It's all on the label. It's all on the label, except for the carbs.
our dogs are on
do
a
math in
high.
public.
They're on a high protein, grain-free.
Yeah.
And I never know if it's just like a fad diet like humans, or if they should be on grain-free, or if they get enough exercise for the protein.
Yeah.
I was always.
Well, what I always find is that dogs can eat a grain food as long as it's a good grain.
Okay.
The grain-free food is better for the dogs. It has more in it, more nutritional.
Okay.
I just find that it's overall, my experience with the food is that if you're going to feed a grain-free, you're going to have less issues with hair problems,
Pretty
skin
pretty
problems.
intense. It's I
Yeah.
mean there's a lot
Yeah.
to it. My accountant Carrie has a spreadsheet for his meals for the day.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
There is-
that's one thing. Now to do it for the dog
Well,
is
and
to pretty
also
much,
sometimes
but it's just paying attention.
It's
right?
just measuring the food out
Yes.
sometimes.
Right.
Just
Just
not
pay attention to the
overdoing it.
animal just like you
Yep.
do yourself.
And
Yeah.
the treats.
Yep, and we can find out more if you visit www.caninecorralsrq.com. Make sure to visit their store for plenty of great ideas for the new year. And next, we have some help if you're resolving to get a new job.
That's right.
That's right.
Oh, cute puppy.
So well done.